Welcome to Cult and Classic.
Welcome, friends and fiends of the pod, to a brand new extra special episode of Cult and Classic Podcast, the podcast where we talk mainstream and cult movies and bring you special interviews with really amazing creative people. And that's one of those episodes I have for you today. I am very excited to have two incredible designers here today. We have David Rios of David Rios Designs. How are you doing, David?
I'm doing well. Thank you for this opportunity.
Of course. And we have HORACIO. HORACIO, I don't want to mess up the name of the company again. One more time.
HORACIO with HP Drafting and Design.
All right. So very, very cool stuff here. Now, one thing I want to mention is that I actually have been in love. One of the reasons that I moved down here to Palm Springs, the greater Palm Springs area, was this modern and postmodern design aesthetic that is so prevalent in the area. And you are responsible for a lot of that. You do homes, LA, Orange County, and down here in Palm Springs. Do you have a preference? What brought you to the area? All that sort of stuff.
For me, it's just really being able to actually flourish in Palm Springs. There's not one city that I can actually say that there's going to be a client that might be like, oh, maybe we don't do that. Maybe we don't do this. We are pushing the envelopes literally in Palm Springs. And that's what I love about it, because Palm Springs, the history of it was actually built in the 1930s, 40s, 50s and on. So the era is actually keeping it period correct, and then bringing the spice, this fun, this over the top type of design. So that's why I appreciate Palm Springs. I also love the 1930s as well.
Yeah, same here. 20s, 30s, 40s.
And
architecture in that era. So
paying attention to the design when it was built, the structure, mid-centuries, and then actually like lighting them up with some fun pops of like, wallpapers or artwork.
Well, that's what's so cool about it too, because I feel so. I spent time in my youth growing up in the Midwest and then the East Coast, and buildings are so, because of the weather, are so utilitarian. And so you get salt box and things like that. Everything is just for rectangles. And then when I came out here, in Orange County and San Diego and stuff, we have a lot of the Spanish influence, the Mexican mission system influence. But then in Palm Springs, when I first arrived, I wasn't sure what to expect, because it almost can look like the utilitarian, lots of rectangles, one level homes because of the heat. And then what's so amazing is you're like, oh, wait, all of these little details, really unique things clue you into how amazing the interiors are on these places. They can be so out there. And like you said, you can maintain the quality of the 30s, the original era that the home was built or that the plans were inspired by, and still sort of have this wild interest inside. I'm a huge fan of the mod geometric, furniture, that crazy 60s orange and earth tone vibes too. But then you also get pink, and in the desert here, and turquoise, and these really just bold choices.
And it's vibrant colors as well. People are just tired of their homes in LA, Orange County, all over the world. They want something different. They want to experience Palm Springs. They want to feel rich, sexy, fun, all these feelings that you get. And we convey that with interior design. And he's the one who pulled me back. I'm like, David, we can't do this, or we might be able to do that. And I'm the one that says, give me your thought process. Let's handle it. Let's do it. Let's be something wild. I want people to walk in and like talk about your house, right?
Right, that's right. And
I got to mention
most of the stuff that, like, all his ideas, we are able to, go into the city and make it happen. I don't think there's anything that we've ever done that they said, oh, you can't do.
They haven't done it yet, right? But sometimes there's small changes.
Right.
And you know what? A good designer, a good architect is actually going to turn around and pivot that and make sure that we're keeping the client happy, the city happy, the engineers happy. Oh my God, also the inspectors, we got to kiss their ass as well. Make them happy, to make sure we have this flow, because I think owners are coming to us for our expertise to make sure that we can convey this crazy over the top design without pissing off the city, but still making it cohesive and pretty and paying attention to all the details.
Yeah, I know that my wife and I have a condo here in Palm Desert, and the homeowner society alone is brutal. And, I love some of the benefits, but we can't change I mean, a blade of grass can be out of place. You know, it's that insane. And so I can only imagine that when you get a place like Palm Springs proper, where its tourism is so important and the visual impact of the city is so iconic, that you can have a lot of problems when you're trying to update, repaint, I'm sure. And how do you navigate that? Is there any trick for those people wanting out there to really spice up their home? Is there a trick to working within these city structures that are really difficult?
So for good, you brought something good. HOA, yes.
Mhm.
One thing, and there's a trick around HOA. If you provide as much information and do a 3D design and give them everything, they will pass your project like nothing.
Okay.
I did one for Indian Wells where it was a strict HOA,
Mhm.
and no problems. First submittal approved, HOA and city. And I was surprised. And that's because I did the whole 3D design. I provided everything for them, and they didn't bat an eye.
And I think when you come with a whole package, you're number one, you're lessening their drama, their more of the research. You come professional, you come with a package with it's including all the rules and regulations. You're already foreseeing what they're going to probably say no to, and you have a 3D rendering on there. That makes a big thing. They can actually see it. They can see the landscaping. They can see the setbacks. They can see the pool and all of that. And what our job now is to understand the backyard and how can we focalize that backyard and make it 10 times bigger or appear to be 10 times bigger, just like the TRIXIE Hotel. What we've done with that, or the motel, excuse me, what we've been able to do is create a space in every little nook and cranny. Like I was like, David, TRIXIE, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this corner, we're gonna make a little corner bench. We're gonna create this out of this wall. We're gonna add this this backsplash or this wall tile to this area as well too. And working with a great designer like Danny, she was able to give us her ideas, and between him and I, we were able to implement it. And maybe there was things that we kind of had to say, like, no, we can't do that here, and no, we can't use that material there, because of longevity purposes. But it was kind of cool to work with a designer that had a flamboyant look and aesthetic to her design that actually went with TRIXIE's, hand in hand. So for us as a cohesive group, we were able to make that dream come true.
That's awesome. And of course, you bring up the fantastic show right now. This episode's airing on Friday, so I urge everyone to check out on Discovery Plus streaming the new episode of TRIXIE Motel today. You guys featured on that show, as well as you mentioned clothing and interior designer Danny Daisy, who is a fiend of the pod here, or we definitely stan her as well. And that is such a cool project. Number one, because we here at Cult and Classic Podcast, and I know you do too, love drag. Drag is such an integral part of Palm Springs now, and having someone with such a unique brand and sort of iconography already built into what she does, having TRIXIE bring the motel to, it used to be the Coral Sands, for those of you who know Palm Springs well, and it's, I think, a 7-room and a lobby and a pool, correct? That's the...
And then we also have a cute check-in room. She's absolutely brilliant. Every inch of that area of the hotel itself is utilized for some type of an experience. So we have in a smaller room as well. It's adjacent to the lobby. That is now the merchandise where you can actually purchase soaps and robes and tank tops and shirts and shorts and bathing suits, and everything you can possibly think of is now a merchandise, and merchandise can be sold there and purchased there, so you can have your experience to come along with you back home.
That's so cool. And I got to say, to shout out to everyone, if you want to visit the Palm Springs area, or if you're local and you want a little staycation, the TRIXIE Motel is available to book right now. There are near future dates that are still available. I actually went and checked this morning, and it's not a Motel 8 price, but it's not super expensive either. You could do much more, and you're going to get some real unique, as you sort of implied, the entire TRIXIE Motel show is based on how unique each room is, and the entire space and every aspect of the rooms is highly designed to give an overall effect that's unique, but also very vintage retro mod. When you were going into the TRIXIE Motel, first off, how did you come into the TRIXIE Motel show?
Well, originally I got a phone call about a year and a half ago letting us know that there was a project that was on the table if we were interested in moving forward with it. And then it kind of just went stagnant for about a year. Then we got a phone call saying, David, we need your expertise. We need your full team to come along to actually get this from A to Z. And I was shocked when they called me and said, what do we have, 4.5 months? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? There's no way. And then they gave me a $500,000 budget. I was like, there's no, we're refining, so I'm sorry, we're remodeling properties for 500,000. We're talking about 7 bedrooms. We're talking about interior, exterior. It was insane. But you know what? We rolled up our sleeves. We got the renderings together, and I said, look, can I have my contractor, my architect, my drafter, my everybody, all my employees from start to finish, every inch of that hotel. If you can give that to me and you give me full reign of it, working with Danny and her ideas and everything that's already implemented there, we can execute this, and I will miss Thanksgiving, the New Year's, Christmas.
It's true. We were there Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. I think we were even there New Year's Day.
Yeah, New Year. Yeah.
We were there every day. And I think I didn't even go back to Long Beach. So I'm back and forth to Long Beach. I didn't move from here because at the same time, we have all these other projects going on over here. But, you know, we have to, you know, be for filming and everything.
And hot, you're sweating, you're going crazy. You're working lunch, you can't take lunch. You're disciplining people. You're trying to get, taking phone calls while you're videoing and filming, and you're sweating. And then, oh my God, and you're laughing. Oh my God. TRIXIE MOTEL is so insanely funny. There was never a dull moment. I was laughing the whole entire time. And I see her with the wig and the time. Oh my God! Sometimes she had to get ready at 6 a.m. and the call time was at 8 o'clock, and it took her this, that, and then she's filming till like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And I said, you know, I told my guys too, I was like, man the F up, because if TRIXIE can do it with stilettos, with boots, with nylons, with padding, with hair, with makeup, and have 4 assistants and do 24 things at one time, you guys should do it as well too. So I think that was the inspiration that I had personally. Is that I'm a workaholic, and so are you. And together, I think her energy, we fed off of it. The appreciation that she gave the back end of the staff, the people that were filming, the just not just the main acts of the show. She really gave attention and appreciation to every single person that walked through that door or that had an ounce to do with building this motel for her. That's why I just absolutely love her. And there's nothing that we won't do for her, because her work ethic is amazing.
I think there was even times when we would be filming, David would leave to go check out properties around the area, and they would be asking, where's RIOS at? Where's RIOS? And I would call him and say, hey, David, they need you back. And he's like, oh, I'm checking out a house right now. Give me 1 second. Or I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Or I went home to go shower because I'm sweating again. Or I need to go get more clothes. Or I need an outfit change. Or something happened. Or there's a flood over here, and I gotta be smiling and laughing and still sweating up a storm. But everyone gave their all in all. And the film crew, the back end, I swear to God, they were the coolest people ever.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I gotta say, I mean, I certainly don't do this, but I did and have been roadside stalking the transformation pretty regularly to see, you know, from beginning when it was still Coral Sands color, Coral Sands signage and everything, all the way up to now. And the transformation is striking. I mean, you look at it and you're like, oh, it's funny because not only I actually saw it, and what I didn't think the first time I saw it in the pink with everything, the tiles in on the deck, all that stuff, I didn't think TRIXIE MOTEL, although it certainly is TRIXIE MOTEL, I thought Palm Springs. And that's so cool because it literally fits. Like everything about it just is iconically Palm Springs, mid-century modern. It's sort of like I'm a big fan of like the Ace hotels and things like that. You know, all of these sort of niche boutique hotels throughout the area, they always bring a sense of era, a sense of nostalgia, but also this new, like you said, a pop. Like it's interesting to be a part of. Even if you just go to these places, you get a day pass for the pools or you go to the bar, that's something that's really special. And TRIXIE MOTEL looks exactly like what you want in that. Like I just looking at it is stunning.
And what it does, it embodies everything. It's chic, rich, real. I mean, the rooms, the themed rooms. So we're paying attention to the 1950s, the 1960s, the 70s, and we're all glamorizing that. And everyone has different outfits that they can use. And the feeling that you get in there is love. I mean, I swear to God, you walk in there and you're like, oh, like it's just so cute. It takes you to childhood. It takes you a little chicness as well. Like, what's your vibe that you get when you walk in there?
Happy.
Happy.
Yeah, I walk in there and it's just bright. Everything. See, it's like you get excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every room has a scent to it. So you're like, where's Trixie? Where's Trixie? You're smelling her. You're embodying her. There's hearts on the bottom of the pool. Everything's pink and pretty and gold and rich and sexy and fun and then quirky and wild. And then, oh my God, I can't tell you all the rooms, but there's some really fun rooms that haven't been disclosed. But the best part is this, though. If you want to get married, you can get married at the TRIXIE Motel. If you want to have your 40th birthday, if you want to have your 30th birthday, if you barely are turning 21, I don't entice it, but you're able to have your birthday and buy it out. Buy it out. You can have music and you can buy out every room. And so you can have it for the weekend. So my niche is trying to push the envelope to bring experiences there, drag shows, host parties, host over-the-top elaborate events there, all at the TRIXIE Motel.
What I love about it too is there's a lot of really unique rooms, or really unique hotels in the area that are a little larger. This is a small, I mean, it is a 7-room with some, functional, like the lobby's really cool. That just got released or revealed a couple episodes ago, all these things. This is like, you get to experience the entirety of it when you stay there. I can only imagine, because no matter what room you're in, the unique vibe is there. But then, like you said, this isn't a conglomerate. This is a really small, beautiful boutique experience.
What I heard him say was this was an exclusive hotel that only the elite can come to. So get your money, pay what it's worth, right?
Yeah.
And come have a blast. You can drink. You can. There's specialty drinks. The details. Oh my God! Like the exterior, the plush furniture.
There is so much
right?
custom work in this.
Daisy went really well, and the thought process of what she was creating on each of the room on their headboards alone are insane. Like the horseshoe,
yeah.
The heart,
yeah.
Oh my God,
the wallpaper,
the flamingos. She customized. This is how crazy she is. She customized the wallpaper to look like Trixie and the Yeehaw room.
Yes, it's so beautiful.
Come on, yes.
Beautiful prints. And it just, as for listeners, a little side story, interestingly enough, before we even booked this interview, David and I met the first time at a Angina drag show at 111 Bar in Cathedral City, which is one of my favorite places to see a drag show right now. And we met because you saw my wife was wearing a Danny Daisy design dress.
Yes.
And it was so funny because this was before we knew that Danny was and you were involved in TRIXIE Motel. It hadn't launched yet. But it's just sort of funny how everything comes together. And what I love about Palm Springs too, and the greater Palm Springs community, it is a community. This is interconnected. It's sort of impossible to be here and not realize that, oh, so-and-so, I know them too. Or, oh, hey, you did this. I love this. That's just really great. And I think that being a part of that community is, we're just grateful here at Colton Classic to have been embraced in this area with the cultural center and, you and the drag scene and everything. And I cannot wait to visit the TRIXIE Motel when it opens. We did go once and try and peek over, and David, Trixie's partner, was very kind, not warm, but very kind about.
Well, yeah, David's more the internal background, the finances. Sure. Trixie's the more the personality and just bring the love and the enjoyment. But I think I told you guys, go over there, here's the address, go take a picture by the doors. But we love embodying all those moments in Palm Springs. I mean, and Trixie, the best part is if you can't, maybe can't stay that weekend, you can come out, take a picture by our iconic doors there. You can take a picture of her cactus garden there as well too. Spread it on Instagram and tag us as well. We appreciate all the love and the support back. But I guess the thing that you're gonna get at Trixie that you're not gonna get anywhere else is the uniqueness on the rooms,
right?
The feeling that you get, And I think there's just a charm to it, and being exclusive, not being like at a hotel where there's like 25 other guests or 50 or 100 or 300. You're gonna get an exclusive event, and everything is like Instagram ready, right?
And even at night, the way it's lit up at night, you guys are in for a surprise.
Yes,
it's super cool. And you know, for our local historian buffs out there, the Coral Sands itself had a good history, so it's really cool that this is sort of keeping a property that has been iconic in the past alive. And not only that, it's clearly going to thrive. I mean, I'm going to have a hard time not expecting weekends to be booked far in advance. They're already booked far in advance. I think as far as last I checked, as far as it was booking out, there were times that were taken. And it's also got a great location. It's near the main strip, and it's actually on the main strip, but it's the far end of the main strip. So you're not going to be, if you're going there and you're actually looking to sleep at some point, you're not going to be woken up. It is like outside of it's within walking distance of everything you'd want to be. But when you're done, you get back to your awesome room with your custom furnishings and your custom lighting and your awesome
your bedding, the sheets, the towels, everything, the custom TRIXIE shampoo, conditioner, lotion, everything is customized in every single room. And the best part is this. So look around. I challenge you, look around the rooms and understand that building was 70 years old, built in the 1950s. And look how we didn't take away. We didn't take away every single thing and modernize it. We paid attention to the details, and we paid true attention to keeping, like, you know, the moldings or things that they were already done, like the bathrooms, the glazing. Oh my God.
Yeah, even the structure of the building. You guys haven't seen it yet, but you'll see the structure of the building much more in next episodes, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and I love the way they're bringing episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we'll be on 5. And I love all the details on there, because not only do they showcase me, but I don't go anywhere without him. I can't do a plan without him. I can't do an approval without him. I try to go 20 miles an hour, and he pulls me back. So he gives me the yes and no, the red and green light, and I'm just like, yes, let's go for it. But the great part is it really showcases us as a team, and what we do here. Not only we're like on 12 other additional jobs, plus that one, lack of labor during COVID, setbacks from manufacturers, all of, like, Daisy had so many good things, you know, planned out for countertops, tiles and so forth. But thank God that I'm the ambassador for Floor and Decor, so I was able to get them in here. We got all the tile for the pool furnished by them. We did all the countertops as well, custom. It was like, you know, there was a lot of hiccups, and the show doesn't show that. So many hiccups, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of stress, a lot of angry moments, and but then again, you know, we get those moments when you see the room, and it was just all worth it.
It's frustrating because you're arguing with your guys and you're saying, we have got to get this done in 3 days. We've got to get this done in 2 days. I don't care. We got to work weekends. We can't work on Sundays. You're going to work on Sundays. The owner's here. You're working on Sundays. Let's get it through. You know, for me, it was just like, yes, we had to pay a lot for extra labor and so forth, but we needed to get this finish line. We were at a finish line, and we were almost there, and it was like, we got to pull together. So bringing resources from San Diego, Riverside, LA, Long Beach, you know, and all these different counties that came together to pull this beautiful design, and have it happen in that certain time frame.
Yeah, I think we even had like the pool guys, the framers, the this, the that, like all in one day.
Yes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
One time we had like
wild.
65 guys at the job site, and it was insane. I was like, you know what? Don't leave. I'll free up pizza, this, candy. I'm like, beer at the end of the day. I mean, we don't entice that, but there was, you know, we really just gave them extra love because they were putting on so much attention. And then TRIXIE was filming. She was on a world tour. You know, she was dealing with concerts and coming in and making public appearances. And then poor David, we were like making him lose his little hair that he has left and stressing him out, and then yelling at everybody else and bringing in, you know, everyone to help us finish the murals, and then Danny staging, and us. You know, there's so many moving parts that I just want to say we were so blessed to be put on a team that worked so well together. Yes, there was things behind the scenes, but again, we're at our stress levels at a 20, and for all of us to work together cohesively and be able to come together with this beautiful design, it was something unheard of, a time frame that I would never.
Right, never.
Right.
Never. I've never seen it. I've never seen something move that fast.
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
Especially for TV.
Yeah.
And all the cuts and stop and this and that. And poor guys, stop working, stop making noise, move over there, don't come back tomorrow. Sorry you came right now. You're not wanted.
Yeah, I think the workers were getting frustrated because they wanted to finish,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, hold up, you can't do anything. We're gonna film.
Wallpapers of
Yeah.
guys walking off the job.
Yeah.
Walking off the job and me kissing their butt,
Yeah.
and then me telling them, then leave. And then me calling back, no, I really need, I'll give you an extra $100 if you come back. I'll pay you gas money. Tell your wife that I'll let her have a free night stay or whatever it is. But it was very stressful.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's really worth it at the end because the Property Brothers were amazing. Trixie really chose some amazing, unique personalities to be on every episode. And I love that because they were in on it as well. So everyone, I think, you know, just worked as a team, and together we brought this beautiful show over. And again, we never want to forget the people that were behind the scenes at HGTV and Discovery Plus, and so many, you know, Bob and all of the, I mean, everybody that just worked their butt off.
Absolutely. All the camera crew was amazing. I think all of them. Bob is such an awesome producer, and you know, I always give him a hug every time I see him because he makes everything so much more fun.
Well, and I got to say too, that's impressive because having my wife has been on several reality TV shoots, and production is, in our experience, not always that wonderful. And so to have someone that, like you said, the good working relationship, and I think it comes through in the show, as you said, the really frustrating parts of the schedule and problems and all those things, and dealing with COVID and supply chain issues, which are still plaguing us. You know, the show itself, for viewers out there, it is just a delight. I mean, it really is a fun, happy, yet real show. And I think that it's cool because it is such a crossover for people who just love HGTV type things, and, you know, and property shows and flipping shows, and people looking for ideas to do their own DIY projects. And drag. It is such an awesome meld. And I think it's going to bring a lot of the audiences for both of those that may not realize their interest in the other, and bring them together. You guys also, though, you're busy. As you mentioned, the Property Brothers have been guests on the show with Zodi Chanel, and you have some exciting projects coming up for TV where people can see you, right?
Yeah, we do. We're working on another show with vacation rentals. We have our own luxury division of David Rios Designs. Their vacation rentals, they rent out for twice as much as my house could rent out per night, twice as much as a bedroom. So there ain't no cheapies over here, you know, but you're going to get a resort feel. We're teaching people how to design their backyards and turn them into resorts. We're working on a couple other things with other TV shows as well. But we're just so excited for this opportunity. We're saying yes to a lot of projects. We're saying no to some projects that we can't do or take on right now. But again, it's bringing quality. It's quality to Palm Springs, and knowing our self-worth, and understanding what our time is worth, but giving love back and working with owners that really appreciate us, that really want that wow effect and understand hiccups. Yeah, because there's a lot of setbacks.
For sure. And I mean, that's one of those things. Anytime, you know, there's always a high level of production with many reality TV shows. So you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. We all kind of know that now. But at the same time, anybody who's been through any sort of home reno, I mean, there have been projects for a kitchen that have taken longer than you guys have had for the entire hotel, I'm sure. Like, it's literally, you know, pretty brutal sometimes. And to have seeing the projects, I have to say, if you guys are just listening, I know that here at Carlton Classic, we're loading all the episodes slowly but surely on YouTube, so you can see all our smiling faces. The location, this is your residence. This location that you guys are at is stunning. You guys have these beautiful beam ceilings, black beams on white ceilings. You have this amazing custom neon lighting in the back that says, what is it?
TRIXIE Motel.
Trixie Motel. I mean, I was
TRIXIE
talking.
Motel, the what do you call the room? Atomic Bomb.
Oh, he's talking about the sign.
I was talking about your
Oh,
place
what?
right now. You've
Bitch,
got
don't kill
bitch,
our
don't
vibe.
kill.
Bitch, don't call us. Bitch, be nice to us. We love bitches. Like, oh my God. We are just wild over the top. We bring sexy, we bring energy, we bring every single thing. Again, one thing I want to mention about Trixie as well is she's a problem solver, and I just love that. She would walk into, and like, let's say flooring was an option. Let's try X, Y, and Z. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, let's go for it. Her and David were just like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And that's what we need. When we have a client that's like fighting us on every single thing, it's like, we can't do it. Or just, it's not available, and it can't happen. When you have a homeowner or an investor that really understands that there needs to be a decision made right now, it doesn't backlog.
Yeah.
You know, we're not backlogged. We're not asking for more material.
Right.
They understand what's going on. If we have to up the price for whatever reason, it's being done. But you come check out one of our properties that him and I work on as well too. You're gonna get sexy, glamorous, over the top, rich feeling, just like you will at the Trixie Motel as well.
Well, and it's clear that there's a passion involved, right? Like I know coming from Orange County originally, there's a lot of flipping properties. It's not about, there's no passion really. Like it is a strictly money, like, and it's understandable, right? But it is a business. But at the same time, I feel like through things like seeing home renos and interior designers like yourselves on TV, it really helps us realize that our homes are important and there are people who care about what they make. And just like any art form, turning it into something that is really special and unique is so, it ups the level. And I know that I've heard a lot of things out here as well when we were looking for our place, my wife and I, that, well, the resale of it. So they're very safe. And you know what? I truly believe that if you put your heart and soul into something, there's a buyer for it. And
Heck
there is
yeah.
especially out here or in a location where people want to be, the more amazing you feel about it, the more amazing it's going to present. And also, I just have to say, if you have a boring house, no one's going to want to come over. Maybe that's fine for you, but who wants that?
Yeah, we talk about making statements in every inch of your home. You come back from Orange County, you're going to get gray on gray and gray and more gray. You're going to come Palm Springs. These women are spending millions of dollars at these properties. They want to feel sexy, glamorous. They want that edginess. They want something fun. They want their girlfriends to talk about their backsplash, their bars, their makeup area, their outside resort. They want every inch of their house they want to talk about, and they're willing to spend money on accessories, couches, artwork. I mean, it's insane. So you're not going to get anything basic when you come to Palm Springs. You're going to get something to talk about.
Yeah, we just recently had Carmen Electra stay in one of the vacation rentals. And that was,
So cool.
OnlyFans, baby. She's making the money on our design. She's making money. Come on, girl.
You guys are on all kinds of streaming platforms.
Oh yeah, we cater to everybody. You want to shoot something here? We are down. We're about. You just pay that dollar amount, baby, and we clean your sheets.
That is amazing. It's just wonderful to be in an area where everyone is really involved in making things special. And I think that's what's great about Trixie Motel. It's what's great about your projects and the houses down here, as well as up. And I urge, so as we kind of wrap up here, where can people follow you to find out what you guys are up to, all of the amazing things you have as they come?
That's going to be very, very difficult. Get your pen and your paper and get ready to write all this down. Instagram, David Rios Designs. YouTube, David Rios Designs. Website, davidriosdesigns.com. Every single thing is about branding, keeping it consistent to every single thing. You can find me, I'm the ambassador for floor and decor, living spaces. Everything is just David Rios Designs. We have products coming out. We have products now, candle lines. We have furnishings. We have we're coasters. We're bedding, throw pillows, blankets, you name it. David Rios Designs is going to be in every one of your houses. And I can't do it alone. I do it with
me.
And how can the people find you?
HP Drafting and Design. I'm on Instagram. Oh, don't forget. I was going to throw in your motel too.
Oh yeah. We haven't named it till that.
Oh, okay.
We gotta name it. But once that's up, it's a completely different vibe. It's more old Hollywood glamour, like just very, very chic, but very over the top as well.
As Trixie would say, rich
bitch, and skinny and rich. So that's in the works right now. We'll figure out what we name it and all the other rooms being themed. So that'll come out in 2023. And that's really exciting because that's over the top
Fantastic.
as well.
Well, we're gonna have to stay, and my wife and I will give a review and let everybody know how special and amazing it is, just like we want to do with all these properties. I mean, it's wild. And sort of the luxury property stay is not new to Palm Springs by any stretch. I know Will and Belli's had her crazy awesome drag property on Airbnb for a long time. But the thing is as we get more and more of these real passion project hotels, boutique stays, things like that, it does become more and more accessible to, like, I just urge people to come out, give your money to the small businesses, that populate this area, the people like you guys and Trixie who put the money in and the time in to make these really special. Because when you go somewhere, where you stay matters. And it sounds kind of like a crazy pitch for this podcast, but it's true. This stuff matters, just like set dressing matters on your film set. Check it out. And as you said, with Carmen Electra and her OnlyFans, I urge filmmakers in the area, LA filmmakers, anyone that wants to come film in Palm Springs, if you guys
YouTuber, your products, name anything that you have featured on our vacation rentals. Come expose yourself to Palm Springs, because they were saying we are the smallest city with the biggest history. So why not feature your products, yourself, and understand why we embody Palm Springs when it was developed, and all the love that we bring to Palm Springs. We invite the whole entire world to come to Palm Springs.
It is a great place to be. Thank you guys so much for giving us your time. I cannot wait to see all the projects down the road, and of course, catch the new episode of TRIXIE Motel. And guys, go follow them, write a review for us wherever you get your podcasts, leave us all the stars. It helps other people find us, and send your love, hate mail, recommendations, all things to our good contributor Tad at coltonclassicpodcast@gmail.com. And to play us out as always is the Chud with All About Evil. Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Cult and Classic Podcast. This podcast is important to me, but what's more important are the rights, privileges, and freedom from violence of everyone in this country and in this world. And that means supporting Black Lives Matter. If you'd like to make a donation, please go ahead and visit coltonclassicpodcast.com, where we have a list of places you can donate and help out. And please stay safe.